Metonia Angus Gratis. Hi, how are you? I'm doing well. How are you? Namaskar. Mm, great. Mm, Pranam. Hello, Priya madam. How are you? I want to know you are one of my three favorite astrologers. Thank you. I have a question. Right? Ask. Right. I'm yawning. I'm good. Fine. Thank you. Uh, 12th Lord Sun and 8th Lord Mars in 11th house for Virgo person. It is difficult because Mars is getting debilitated. Okay, a person should be careful about like traveling, driving because 8th house is the house of accidents or sudden events. Person should be careful about that. Plus about money also, like they may find it difficult to save money and all. They get into situations where they may end up in losing their money or spending their money. So in the matters of like finance also, they need to take care, avoid aggression and violence and all that. Mass debilitation is difficult. And then if we go further, Sun in Pisces. Sun is your career authority recognition, and it is also your soul. And Pisces is the sign of spirituality, imagination, and also like a person can get a good amount of authority recognition from any work related with spirituality, imagination, etc. Plus, they can be creative also. Even that creativity can bring recognition. But overall, like a spiritual side of life will bring them some peace or some confidence for themselves. What is the effect of Mercury in Aries retrograde combust? Its effects in the 10th house for Cancer. Okay, Mercury is retrograde and combust. It is third lord, 12th lord, and it is sitting in the 10th house. Person can reflect back a lot upon his communications and business. Person's career will be linked to through business. Like third house is the house of business, and 10th house is the house of career. So career will be somewhere linked with the business communication type of environment, but the person will reflect back a lot on that. Whether I should go into business or not, which type of business, if it fails, what will happen, how I will manage. So these reflections will be a lot. Also, he can reflect back upon his relationship with his father and authority figures. Overall, this person should get into any business and communication related career. Possible career in traveling also. They may travel a lot. Hi, Zaham. Uh, Well, I would like to know what are its effects as per house lordship on living and non-living concerns. I think I covered it. Ketu in Ashwini Nakshatra in ninth house for Leo ascendant. How would be his Ketu Dasha? Ketu Dasha is similar. majority of times it is about letting go of the things. For education matters, it is great. If someone is interested in research oriented education and all, or occult, mystical, spiritual side of life, then great. But when it comes to like relationship matters or achieving things in life, Ketu represents separation. Ketu itself represents separation and letting go. So in Ketu Dasha, it can bring many circumstances where person has to like feel separated and let go of the things and people in life and all. Okay, so person may get into many circumstances where they have to let go of the other people, other things. More they are receptive towards that letting go, better it is for them. Okay. In Ketu Dasha, best thing they can do for themselves is meditation. If they can meditate regularly, it is going to help. Happy Holi, Raj Kiran sir. How are you? Thank you, Matanonia. If I pronounce it correctly, I'm sorry if I don't. Okay. Tanmay Patil. Hi, sir. I have a general query by reading an online article recently. It said that planets do not affect the holy Mount Kailash of Lord Shiva. Oh, I don't know this much, right? Why planets needs to impact, and who is going there to see if planets are impacting or not? Okay, so I don't have that much knowledge that in Holy Mount Kailash of Lord Shiva, planets are not impacting. Lord Shiva is there to impact you, right? Someone has to be there, so no issues. Some energy will be there, either planets or Lord Shiva. For Leo ascendant, I have Venus in Libra and Jupiter, Saturn in Aries. This Mars is conjunct with Ketu in Capricorn, sixth house. How to read this Rahu Ketu transit? Leo ascendant. Ketu is transiting your third house, and Rahu is going to transit your ninth house. Ninth house is where you have Jupiter, Saturn. Rahu is transiting through ninth house. So focus more on higher education related things, higher education guidance and counseling. You want to get some new education and all, great. This is great time for that, for further education and working hard over educational matters. But for other matters, it may not be like a very beneficial time period in relationship and all. In those matters, you may have some different disappointments, but for educational purposes, it is great. I have already written detailed articles on all these transits and all. So please go through those articles. They may help you. अगर किसी बच्चे की जन्म डॉक्टर के दिया हुआ डेट से पहले पेरेंट्स का चूज किए डेट एंड टाइम पे हो जाए तो क्या उस बच्चे का बर्थ चार्ट सही होता है? हाँ, होता है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। बर्थ होना चाहिए, वो ही इम्पोर्टेंट है। बर्थ हो गया तो कोई भी डेट पे हो जाए, वो डेट और टाइम ले। डॉक्टर भी कोई भगवान थोड़ी ना, उसका दिया हुआ डेट से पहले अगर बच्चा आ जाए उसकी मर्जी, राइट। संधाराकार का वीनस प्लस वीनस मार्स कंजंक्शन अंतरदशा रनिंग इन मर्क्यूरी, just a second. Sun, Venus, Mars conjunction in second house for Taurus ascendant. How will be the married life? All three conjunct in Mrigashira within 60 days. Unstable, lots of instabilities, ups and downs will be there. Mars is seventh lord. Mars is seventh lord, sitting in the second house, going 8 places away from itself. Seventh house itself has a Scorpio sign of instability, so lots of instability can be there. Lots of instability, ups and downs, dominance struggle, control struggle can be there in the relationship. Jupiter debilitated in Rashi, exalted in Sha, Antardasha running in Mercury Dasha for Leo ascendant, Jupiter weak in Shadbala with seventh rank. Uh, uh, how to enhance, improve Jupiter. And Jupiter, if you want to get better results of Jupiter, the best thing you can do is to share your knowledge. Whenever we are in Jupiter Dasha, we need to become Jupiter. Jupiter is Brahaspati, teacher of gods. Become a teacher, guide, counselor, share knowledge with other people, and you will find better results coming of Jupiter Dasha or transits or something like that. So, best way to utilize Jupiter time period is to get into any knowledge sharing related. Thank you. You're welcome. Uh, in Vrashik Lagna and Rashi, Saturn in Vishakha. Saturn in Vishakha and Ketu in Swati Nakshatra in 12th house and Rahu in 6th house. Bharani Nakshatra कैसा फल देता है? Rahu can make someone interested in foreign lands, so they can spend a lot. Saturn in the first house can make someone very like frustrated towards overall life. They feel that nothing is moving forward in their life. And Ketu in the sixth house can make them interested in alternate ways of feeling. Which house shows that how other people will see me or how is my image in society. First house is you, your personality, and the way people see you. Okay, it is your public image and all. They say Arudha Lagna also, but I consider first house as more important. Can I ask question? Yes, please. Right. I have replied to Zahan. मेरे बर्थ चार्ट में 10वें भाव में सूर्य बुध है तो क्या लाभ और नुकसान होते हैं? If you get into your own business, Mercury is Buddha is about business. So if you get into your own business, great benefits coming, good amount of authority recognition in business. But if you go into job setup, then there can be issues with ego issues and all. Yes, Naman Sethi sir, you can ask question. Nobody needs my permission to ask question. People are asking just like that. Okay, you can also ask. In Vrashchik Lagna, I think I have replied. 10th Lord Venus exalted in third house. 10th Lord Venus exalted in third house, Capricorn. And Saturn Mahadasha begin. Saturn and Mars conjunction in the ninth house. Okay. Saturn Mahadasha is all about putting your best effort over the longest period of time and all. So show hard work and perseverance during this Dasha, you will have better results. Plus Saturn Mars both are in the ninth house, so job oriented work may not give you much happiness. Get into business setup work. Plus you may need to like work really hard when Saturn Mars are in conjunction. You may have to work really hard in this dasha. Rahu and Buddha on fourth house and Ketu in the 10th house. Rahu Ketu in the 4th 10th axis is like difficult for our home life. Okay, home life and work life. Ketu in the 10th house shows person may not like working under other people, may have lots of issues working under other people. That means person should work for himself. That is what Rahu is saying. Rahu being seen in 4th house, focus on your home or working from your home. This is the thing. Rahu Mercury can also give like skin related allergies. Skin related allergies and diseases, so be careful about that. That's, I guess, Anuruddha Lagna, right? I follow ascendant for public image, uh, how people see. I don't follow Arudha. In Pisces Lagna, Jupiter in ninth house conjunct with Venus and aspected by Aquarius Saturn and Leo Mars. Uh, a person can have a great amount of education or knowledge in occult side of life, research oriented side of education, but for that they may have to work really hard because of Saturn aspect. Then this uh, does ascendant nakshatra shows my image in the society or first house lord's nakshatra. First house shows how people see you. Your image in the society is 10th house. Okay. And the planets sitting there, the nakshatras involved are, they show that how things will be different. Like if Saturn is in the first house, people may feel that this person is very strict, disciplinary kind of person. If Venus is in first house, they can have a very pleasant personality for other people to look at. Then Mars in the first house can be very active person. So these planets are bringing change in the people's perception. When they are in the first house, your overall personality. 10th house is your public image. Okay, what kind of public image, fame you have. Okay, so that is what seen from this 10th house. Saturn and Buddha going on. Let them go on. It is like Rahu Buddha are together in the second house. I start working from home or private offices, business setup work. If you are working in the job setup, you can have lots of issues. Which house of planets represents how will I will myself? How I We don't see ourselves. We see ourselves from others point of view most of the time, unless it is an enlightened being. So we our opinion of ourselves is actually other opinion on ourselves. Moon in seventh house in Anuradha, Jupiter Saturn close conjunction in Kritika, uh, first house for Taurus ascendant. How will be married life? Just read my views on astrology and marriage. They have no connection with each other. Every chart is difficult for relationship matters. So this chart is also difficult for relationship matters. Lots of ups and downs, instabilities in relationship. And Scorpio is falling into the seventh house, and Moon is debilitated in Scorpio in the seventh. Scorpio Lagna, Venus and Mars in 12th house. What will be the result? Person going through Venus Mars. If this person wants or he has any desire to, like get into foreign lands and all, this is a good dasha or good position. Ascendant Lord in the 12th house. Person can settle down in foreign lands. So there they can focus and then like they can have benefits there. Sun Saturn conjunction in first house Pisces with Saturn having lower degree. Sun Revati chart is D60. I prefer looking at D1 first. I don't go into D60 and D9, D10. For me, D1 is enough. uh, how I see myself. That's what I was saying. That we don't see ourselves. We see ourselves through other sides. Okay. Ascendant in 29 degree of Revati. Does this degree of Lagna is good, or does degree of Lagna play any role in personal life, the person's life? Everything plays role. It is Revati 29 degree, deepest level of spirituality and creativity. This person can be very spiritual, creative, and they should make their career accordingly in this type of career, like either spirituality, imagination, creativity, and all. Which is the best Namsha to follow, KP or later or Raman? I think you wanted to ask Lahari. I follow Lahari, so it's your wish what you want to ask. Please share how to know from horoscope that it is person's last birth or moksha. We cannot know. Uh, we can only know if person will be spiritually inclined or not through Jupiter Ketu position and their dashas. But we cannot decide whether a person will be enlightened or not because astrologer himself is not enlightened. Dasha of Lagna Lord associated with fourth Lord and 11th Lord. Um, Dasha of Lagna Lord associated. What would be the result? It shows that if person moves away from the homeland, they have much better results coming in overall life, going away from home. Shani in seventh house, Moon in 12th house in Aries, Aries Lagna, Sadesati. Shani Sadesati start in April, Venus Dasha, and Jupiter Antardasha. What's Shani Sadesati result, good or bad? Shani Sadasati is always challenging. Some major changes can come up in during this first phase. Saturn will give you the indications that these things are wrong in your life. You should start changing those things. If you are changing, then second and third phase can good or easy. I would say easier rather than good. Okay, so if you are proactive and working as per the indications of Saturn, then your second and third phase of Saturn Sadhisati can be easier to deal with. If you are not proactive and you are neglecting the indications, then you can be in trouble in the second phase of Sadhisati. Okay, second and third phase. Best Namsha and best house system, whole sign Placidus or equal house. I follow equal house, equal sign, and like Lahari. Okay, that works for me. It's your choice, whatever you want to follow as per whatever works for you. If first house falls into 27-degree Aries and Sun in 3-degree Taurus, I have a doubt whether Sun is in first house or second house. 27-degree Aries and if it is in Taurus, 3-degree Taurus and ascendant is falling into Aries, I will consider it in second house. I consider the the 30-degree equal house, equal sign system. So that works for me. Different systems can work for different people, no big deal. Okay. So there is no rule like okay, then this system cannot work for this thing or and that thing. Okay. Oh, many questions. Great. Saturn, Venus, Mars, all planets are can make a person doctor if placed in the sixth house, but does it also show what kind of doctor they can become? For that, like Mars, Saturn shows harsh or restraint. Yeah, it can be. Plus, nakshatras become important if you want to see what type of doctor. Like Ashlesha becomes important for psychology. Ashwini becomes important for alternate healer. Okay, or even veterinary doctor. Ashwini becomes very important for that. So it depends on the nakshatras also, what nakshatras are falling into these planets in sixth house. That gives the final indication. Thanks for last answer. So true. Also, I have Sun Moon Mercury conjunction in the 10th house in Pisces Lagna. Does Amavasya day born create any serious issues from negative thoughts? Okay. It is like meditate regularly. If someone, anyways, we all should meditate regularly. So, regular meditation can help you in settling down your emotions and mind and bringing this positivity in your mind. It will be helpful for you then. Okay. Uh, this. Okay. Uh, A serious issue was only relationship with parents can be difficult in this matter. Then Dhanu Lagna Mars Mars in eighth house, Moon in the fifth house, and also Mars is retrograde. Overall result will be good or bad. It is difficult. Mars is debilitated in eighth house. Be very careful when you are driving, traveling, and all. Okay, eighth house is sudden events, accidents. Mars is bloodshed. Plus Mars is fifth lord. In relationship matters, you can have lots of dominance struggle going on. So that can impact your relationship matters. For better things like research oriented education, and this person can do very well in any research oriented education, but otherwise it is a very difficult position, and just be careful while traveling. Sun Venus Mercury conjunction in eighth house for Gemini ascendant. What will be the outcome? Three planets anywhere is difficult energy. Yeah, or our focus is that only. Like in eighth house, your focus will be in uh, dealing with the changes and challenges of life and stability in life. That's where these three planets will make you focus. um, it is better if you get into like any work of serving other people and all, then that will bring better benefits to you. Get into business. You are a great inspiration. Your articles are absolutely right in interpretations. I've never seen a better website than Astro Saxena for Astro. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm happy to share. uh, Niche bhang of Mars. It doesn't help in personal life. It may help in career or education related matters, but that won't help in personal life. What happens if all planets are in sixth, eighth, and 12th house in the Navamsha, and what advice would give such a person? For Aries Navamsha ascendant. Again, I prefer looking at D1 chart first, then I go into D10. But if a majority of planets are in the Dushtana house in D9 chart, it shows that person can have difficulties or obstacles in finding his life path, his right life path. He may have to go through lots of struggle in finding his right life path. So my advice would be to persevere. Hello, sir. I liked your blog. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. What could you say about me? Gemini Lagna, Venus in first house. Great. Moon in fifth house. Excellent. Saturn retrograde in the seventh house, Jupiter in 12th. Born somewhere 1988. I have a friend with this chart, so I said. Venus in Gemini, it is like it can give lots of creative talent to the person. Person can also be very good looking and all, and that is also a possibility. Talent, creative nature, and financial side of work. Moon in the this fifth house Libra also makes someone very creative and all. At the same time, Saturn in the seventh house can bring lots of disappointments in relationship. Even seventh lord is going into the 12th house of losses. So you may feel loss in the sense of in a relationship. Great, thank you. Are planets in 0 degree considered powerless? Yeah, nothing is powerless. At least they are more powerful than us. Okay. So nothing is powerless. Understand than in uh, planet at lower degrees are just like children. Okay, just like children have lot of energy but lack direction. So that is what is seen for planets with lower degrees, that they are having lot of energy, but they have no direction where to put this energy into. So that's what the difficulty with planet with the very early degrees in the chart happens. What does Vargottama planet shows? Vargottama planet shows that the results of that planet will remain consistent throughout your life, either in early life, later life, consistent. So if you have got good results of a planet in your early life, in later life also you will get good results of that planet. If you get bad results of a planet, then most probably in later life also that planet will give the bad results. So this is what Vargottama means. Okay, you're welcome. Happy to have you. Happy to share. Okay, any further question? Cool. Mars Saturn mutual aspect 12 to 6 houses, any suggestion? Mars Saturn is always one suggestion: work hard. Saturn Mars both are strong malefics. Saturn is all about working hard. Mars is all about actions and efforts. Work hard and show perseverance in whichever houses they are falling in matters related with that house. Just show perseverance. You will get better results as you grow in life. Most probably from 30s. Before that, it is all hard work. Transit will move to fifth house, having Rahu in the same fifth house in natal chart. What and transit gives? It is it is known as semi-nodal return. This time period can bring lot of confusion and lot of confusion in life. What to do, what not to do. So better not to take any important decision, especially in matters of fifth and 11th house. Fifth house is love, romance, education, children. 11th house is your hopes and desires and all that, income, money. If Saturn is transiting, so in these matters, avoid taking any major important decision, especially if you can delay it. If Saturn is transiting through Dhanishta, will it influence Aries Lagna? Uh, Dhanishta and planets in Aries. Yeah, if it is in Aquarius in Dhanishta, it can influence Aries. Yeah, with its third aspect. Then, but if it is in Capricorn, then it may not. Mercury in Pisces is debilitated, but if it is in Revati, what difference it will make? In creative matters, in spiritual matters, in imaginative matters, in fiction writing and all, this person can be excellent. The debilitation will impact more in relationship life. How to judge Mahadasha and Antardasha of different planets? Should we judge them like they are in conjunction? Like Saturn Mahadasha and Sun Antardasha. This can be one of the way, considering them as conjunct, because eventually we are going to get that type of result only when they both are active together. I've made separate videos on different Mahadashas, so that will help you. Mahadasha planet will always have higher say. Okay, suppose there is Jupiter Mahadasha and Mercury Antardasha. So Jupiter Mahadasha will have a higher say over Mercury. Okay, whatever Jupiter allows, that only Mercury can give. Mercury cannot give what Jupiter doesn't allow. The Mahadasha planet remains the boss. And there are exceptions, like if Moon Mahadasha is going on, Saturn Antardasha is on. Obviously, Saturn has more power than Moon. So there, the Antardasha planet can overrule the situation. But generally, Mahadasha planet has higher. Another way of looking at Mahadasha Antardasha combination is that make your Mahadasha planet as ascendant and look at your Antardasha. Like suppose I am going through Jupiter Saturn Dasha. Jupiter is in my ninth house, Saturn is in my 10th house. Make ninth house as ascendant, Saturn falls into second house from Jupiter's position. So I will get additional results of the second house also. This is also one of the way, one of the trick. If Saturn is transiting through Dhanishta, yeah, I responded. If it is in Capricorn sign, it may not impact Aries, but if it is in Aquarius sign, then third aspect is going on to Aries and planets in Aries. Watch that series on dashas and all, Mahadashas and Tardashas. That will help you, Priya. Then Shreya. Shani, 10th vision in 7th house, Mars and Jupiter in 9th vision, 8th house, great. Moon and Rahu, then its effect in our person. Saturn can bring lots of responsibility or burden kind of feeling when it comes to relationship. And like a person may have to get into his own business sooner or later in life. Jupiter's ninth aspect on eighth house shows a person's interest in higher education related with research-oriented matters. In sustaining relationship, they have to seek guidance, counseling, and uh, they need to counsel themselves or be aware of their relationship prospects continuously. And they should not think, okay, my relationship's bad now established, now nothing can happen. Try to get into the circumstances of relating rather than relationship. Make it a continuous process. Work continuously on your relationship. Can aspect of different planets on Lagna can modify a person's personality according to those planets? Pisces Lagna with Mars and Jupiter. Yes, we can say so. This um, we can say so, like if planet are aspecting ascendant, they will have an impact. Gandanta Lagna, what is its significance? How it will influence the person? Vedanta Lagna is more difficult when it is like a Cancer sign. Water signs. Cancer is Scorpio, Pisces, and then Lagna degree is falling into like last 3 degrees. This person can have lots of emotional ups and downs and all. They may feel that okay, fine, lots of losses throughout life. They may feel have a sense of loss and all, so that's where Gandanta points are difficult for water sign ascendants. But when it is like fire sign ascendants, it is not that difficult. I'm saying in comparison, it is not that difficult. Okay, but it can be difficult otherwise at lower degree. How was your experience with Saturn Dasha? No, it is coming 2027. And Sade Sati was there in first phase, it was 2001, somewhere in 2001 to 8, 1 to 7, it was Sade Sati was there. Okay. I never realized it was Sade Sati because at that time I didn't know anything about astrology. Plus, my moon happens to be exalted, so I didn't feel that much of pinch. Let's see how it goes now. Saturn coming from 2027, so I'm preparing in advance. 369 combination and birth date sequence. I have no idea what you are asking about. Please clarify. Jupiter Mahadasha and Rahu Antadasha for Jupiter in first house, Rahu in 11th house. This is last Antadasha of your Jupiter Mahadasha. Next Mahadasha is Saturn Mahadasha. Start treating yourself in Saturn Mahadasha from now onwards. Start thinking that you are already in Saturn Mahadasha. Then the transition will be helpful for you. Okay, then the transition will be easier for you. What I mean to say, start thinking that you are already in Saturn Mahadasha, and don't wait for Saturn Mahadasha. Start preparing from now onwards. Be proactive, and also for educational matters, for gains and all, it can be good dasha, but for relationship matters, obviously a lot of difficulties can be there because they both are aspecting seventh house of relationship, and lots of extensive desires or expectations can be in relationship. Lagna in 0.31 degree Aries, Ketu in 29 degrees Scorpio, Mars in 27-degree Pisces, 3 planets in Gandanta. Does it indicate any signification? Nothing, just meditate regularly. Keep your emotional setup balanced. Okay. So meditation can help. Only thing is that what I told, that people can have lots of emotional ups and downs if they are not into meditation or any other spiritual pursuits. Right, Jupiter Rahu, I have replied. Mayurji, I felt so blessed today taking suggestions from you. Thank you so much, sir. God bless. God bless you too. Great. Hmm. Some astrologers says that people die in their third sadhasati. Third sadhasati obviously comes around 70 to 80 years of age. Okay. So this was when this was my first Sarasati, which came around 2000, early 2000s. Now second Sarasati will come in from 2027 onwards. 27 or 28 onwards. Now and then next Saraswati will come in 2058. So by that time I will be like what 80 years, 80, 90 years. So anyways, I'm supposed to die. So what is the big deal? Third Saraswati is always you are around 70, 80 years of age. It's not correct, Priya. See, someone disagrees with you are spreading rumors unnecessarily. Okay, any further questions? Sometimes it may not be true. Great. Anyways, we are going to die one day. Why to worry? Whether it is first Saraswati or second Saraswati or third Saraswati, we have no control over death, fortunately. I was thinking like I was listening to one of Osho's preaching, and he was saying that people are so afraid of death. But just imagine a scenario where you cannot die. What will be the situation? How long you will live? And one day, you will feel like you had enough and you cannot die, right? So that is even like more troublesome situation, more scary situation where people cannot die. Gemini Lagna in Moon in fourth house, Mars in 10th. What will be the result? What will be the result? What kind of house we can build? Gemini Moon in the fourth house. Person can be very perfectionist kind of. The Moon in Virgo in fourth house can be very analytical, critical also. Mars in 10th house is very good for career related matters, work related matters. What kind of house we can build means houses are same only, right? Either you take a you build a construct a house, or you buy a already made up a house, or you get a flat. Okay. So when Mars is aspecting back, it is more a situation where a person can construct a house. Where are you from? Hyderabad. If Venus is debilitated in Lagna chart, but it is in Aquarius in Namansha, can we say that this Venus has been proved? I don't know. If you are asking for relationship matters, then it is still difficult. If you are asking for career related matters, we can say so. How to read a Saptamsha chart? How to how to read a Saptamsha chart? What does eighth house in Saptamsha indicate? How to read a Saptamsha chart. I have made all these articles are there, right? Just search for Astro Saxena Saptamsha or DSM chart. You will get this article. And it is like detailed one. If I start narrating all that thing, it will take half an hour. Everything is written there. Just search for Astro Saxena DSM. You will get it. I have already got a good scolding from my parents just to talk about that. So I am assuming death is going to be scary. And death is only scary when person has not lived his life completely. If you have lived your life completely, totally without repressing any of your desires or any of your hopes and wishes, then fine, you have lived your life. What is the need to be scary or fearful of death? Fear of death comes because we repress throughout our life. We don't live our life completely. That's why the death is fear. Otherwise, there is no need. If you just live your life completely, totally, then there is no need. You have done your job. Okay. Uh, so that is not scary. Just that we don't live our life totally. It makes it scary. Where did you learn astrology from? The same place: Google, YouTube, and Facebook, and all these things. Our retrograde effects in transits give a strong result. Retrograde. Yeah, they are closer to Earth. So I would say intense result rather than strong. So whatever it is intense. If it is bad, it is intensely bad. If it is good, it is intensely. But Venus in Aquarius is said to be in friendly sign for Venus to be. Uh, Again, in relationship matters, every chart has its own difficulty. For career related matters, it can be beneficial. Plus, D9 has nothing to do with your relationship or marriage. Right. Okay, I think we are done. Let's meet next week or whenever I get time. Then we will talk further. Rahu over natal Ketu this year for me. Any suggestion? Meditate. Meditate as much as possible. It will be better for you. Also, try to avoid any major decisions of your life if it is possible. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Take care. When I'm in Gemini and Rashi in Ardhara, whenever Saturn transits through Jeshta or Ashlesha, I'm getting mentally stressed. Meditate again. It has been 6 years now since I am telling people about meditation. Great.